Hi guys, it's good to see you again. Hey, today after we read the story Snowmen at Night, one of my favorites, we are going to learn how to make shadows, what the shadow is for, and something called a light source. And we are going to make shaded snowmen. And I gotta tell ya, they are beautiful. They come in all different kinds, and they're gorgeous. So let's go ahead and get started so you can make one too. Okay, normally when we make snowmen, we just make 3 balls like this. Well, this ball or circle looks flat. There's nothing about it that makes it look like it's round at all. But if we add shadow, this ball looks like it's round. And it looks like the light is coming from this direction because this part is light. That is called your light source. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody should have a blue sheet of paper in front of them. Okay, so here is our blue sheet of paper. And we're going to start by drawing, here's my sheet, towards the bottom. We're going to make the big ball at the bottom, okay, the big circle. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. Notice I have an extra line in here, no big deal. And then we're going to draw a medium circle, and it's okay if it overlaps. And then we're going to draw a small circle, and it's good if they overlap. Leave room at the top because we are going to draw a hat. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we are going to draw a moon. So everybody find out which side you want your moon on. Actually, let's all do it on the same side. Let's have our moon over here on the left. Okay, we are not going to, we're going to do full moon. So I want you to go ahead and draw your moon and then go ahead and color it in. We're drawing a snowman at night. And you'll notice there might be some extra chalk left over at the end. We'll tap that off in a second. And then I want you to take your finger, and I just want you to kind of smear it inside. It just blends it a little bit together. And if you have extra chalk at the end, I want you to tap it off. Don't brush it off, because if you brush it off, it'll smear. Okay. The next thing we're going to do then, since this is where our light is coming down, this side of our snowman, this is called our light source. That is where the light is coming from. The moon is giving us light. That means the shadow is going to be on this side. So what I want you to do first is I want you to draw, or color I should say, take your white chalk, and we're just going to color this side of the snowman. Okay, so we've colored just that side. Now the interesting part is here, we're going to leave the middle light blue, and then we're going to do the shadow over on this side. So what I want you to do is take your finger then, and we're going to just take this, and we're just going to blend it to the center. We're just pushing the chalk towards the center. Then if there's some spots that need to be blended a little bit more, just kind of blend them. But what we're trying to do is we're blending that. So we're going to go white, medium. This is like a medium shadow. We're just going to leave it the background color, and then we're going to put the big shadow over on this side. Tap. All right. So grab your blue. Now guys, the key to using this blue is to use little bits of it. Do not use a lot. Do not press hard because it'll get everywhere. So we are going to start at the top. We're just going to put a little bit really light, like you're coloring really light. Don't press hard. We're going to do the same thing on this side, but with blue. but we don't want to press hard. Press lightly. We can always, a lot easier to add more blue if we need more blue than it is to subtract. Now we can subtract it by erasing, but it's easier to add it. Okay, so once we have that done, I want you to just take your middle finger and your pointer finger and your pointer finger only, and I want you to push the blue into the center. And what that's doing is that's blending the blue. Keep going until it looks like it's blended. I think I need more. See how it's not going very much in the center? I'm going to just add a little bit more. And then I'm going to try it again. If you're not sure, just ask. I'll be walking around. Okay, and then we're going to blend it to the center. There we go. And then what I want you to do is blend, if you have any lines left over that you can still see, I want you to kind of blend those in. Now don't blend up and down. Blend in a circle. Blend the shape of the snowman. If you blend up and down, you're going to get streaks on your background. Okay. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit more here. I think I need a little bit more here too. Okay, so then the last thing we're going to do is at the very, very edge, we're going to put it so it's the darkest on the very, very edge like this. And then just take your finger and kind of blend it in. Now, if you notice, this one was really dirty, so I switched to this one. I'm going to have tissues for you guys to wipe your fingers off so we don't get stuff where you don't want it. And let's say I accidentally go outside the line, like right here. See how I accidentally went outside the line a little bit? It gets real messy. You can just take your eraser and erase it. So, before we go on to the next part, remember, don't go like this. Tap. Okay, before we go on to the next part, oh, you know what? I'm going to erase these extra lines and overlap lines in here. I don't need them anymore. Okay. Before we go on to the next part, okay, we are going to draw on the rest of our stuff. So we're going to draw what's called a horizon line. So I want you to draw a line here, and then it finishes over here. So what that does is that grounds, you look, it grounds our snowman. So it looks like our snowman is sitting on the ground. Okay. Now be careful not to rub against your snowman as you go, because otherwise you're going to smear it. This smears really, really easily. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to draw, notice how it's a rectangle, but it's bent a little bit. So it looks like it's going around my snowman. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle here. So a bent rectangle and a bent rectangle. And that'll give the illusion of a scarf. Now the arms. Oh, I suppose we can fit it. You know what? Before we do the arms, let's do the hat again. The hat. You can do a top hat. You can do a like a ski hat, like a knit hat. That's the kind I'm going to do. If you want to do a top hat, you do a rectangle and then another tall rectangle. But I'm just going to do a triangle. There's my snowman. Arms. You can make your snowman waving. You can put hands on the hips. I'm going to put one hand on the hip and one hand. Oh, I don't like that. Let's put two hands on the hips. Or you can just have your snowman with the arms down. You know what I should have done is put the hand on the hip. Here's some problem solving, guys, because what's going to happen is it's going to bump into my moon, and normally that wouldn't be a big deal. Let's put hand on hip here, and hand up like my snowman is waving. Notice I'm doing this all in white. Okay, I'm doing it in white, but I'm going to change it. Mouth, carrot nose, eyes, and buttons. 1, 2, maybe 3. And I think that's about it. Yep. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to just lightly color in the snow here, and then we're going to get the other chalk pastels and finish the snowman up here. Okay, I'm just finishing up my snow. Okay, notice I didn't color it completely in. Okay, I'm just going to smear that around a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and take your brown chalk, and we're just going to trace that. It doesn't have to be completely straight. It can be a little jagged because it is a stick. 1, 2, 3, and then maybe, and then trace over this. And I'm using the corner again, so I get a little line. Can't talk. It's hard to talk and draw at the same time sometimes. Next thing, take the corner, again, find a nice corner, and do a triangle carrot nose. Be careful not to smear the rest. Okay. The very last thing we're going to do, you guys, is the eyes and the rest of the buttons and everything, because that's black. So while we're finishing, before we do that, we're going to do some kind of pattern on the scarf. You're going to choose your colors. First thing you're going to do is you're going to outline them. So I have chosen these colors. First thing I'm going to do is outline my hat and my scarf. And then you're going to take your pencil eraser before you do anything else, and we're just going to erase the snowman underneath it. Gently. There we go. And up here, so it doesn't get in the way when we're making our pattern on our hat or our scarf. There we go. Okay. Remember, we gotta be careful not to smear it. And then you can do stripes, zigzags, whatever you want to do for your scarf. Now I'm going kind of fast because I want you guys to have time. But try to get it so that, you know, you filled in most of that scarf. Maybe some fringe here. We don't want any of the blue from the background showing. All right, so my scarf is done, my snowman's done. When that's all done, we have two more things to do. First thing I would like you to do is put your blue chalk at the very bottom of your snowman and just draw a little thick line and then blend that in. And what do you think that is? Go off the page. Yep, that is a shadow of the snowman. And then the very last thing we're going to do, be careful so you don't smear, just put eyes, coal eyes, mouth, and whatever color buttons you want. If you want them black, doing black. And I think that's it. Oh, the last thing we can do, if you want, is you can make it snowing. And that's it, guys. That is our shaded snowman. And there it is. Hope you had fun. See you next time. Bye. Just like my snowman's waving at you.